was it that drew you to this position at UMBC when you saw it, open up in the spring?
Number one for me was because it's back home. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I grew up, going to camps at UMBC. My dad actually worked at UMBC, so I was just very familiar with the area, and I thought I was very familiar with the campus until I got there and seeing how much they had built up and expanded and how beautiful our facilities are. But being very familiar with, the teams that are in the conference, I just thought it was a great place for me to start my career as a head coach.
How did those first meetings go with your team? And you're trying to feel them out a little bit. They're trying to feel what you're going to be like. How did those go before they went off for summer?
Yeah, I thought the meetings with our team were great. I thought, from the jump, they were bought in and they wanted something new. They wanted the discipline and the structure that I'm going to instill. And they wanted the relationships, most importantly. That's kind of who I am. That's who I've been as an assistant. That's who I'm going to be as a head coach, is be really good at building those relationships with my players, support staff, and anybody that has to do with our program. I'm very, very, very invested in that area of coaching. So I think that they were really excited to have somebody that was coming in that was going to, instill the structure, the discipline, but also have the great relationships off the court and on the court with them.
On the court, what type of team do you want to have, in your ideal as you're building this program at UMBC?
So we have a saying now, it's probably who we're going to be, our identity. Hoop, heart, hustle. We're going to be a team that comes to play each and every day. I tell my players every day that we're going to be the toughest team in the conference because that's how we're going to practice each and every day. We want the opponents to be like, hey, we got to play this team for 40 minutes. Just because they play hard, we're going to play tough, and we're going to play smart each and every game.
You mentioned that you come off a great run at St. John's, some really great women's basketball performance over the last few years. How was that experience for you as an assistant, as you're starting to think about potentially making that transition someday to head coach assistant?
Yeah, absolutely. For me at St. John's, I was very blessed to work for Joe Tartamello because he allowed me to have a big hand in what we were doing, from top to bottom in the program, and even working for Tori Verdi as well at UMass, where we did the same thing. I've always been a part of programs where I had to help rebuild. And that was very attractive for me here at UMBC. I know it's a place that I can come and rebuild, and I'm going to recruit the same. I'm going to recruit tough individuals and underrated underdogs that want to come in and prove a point and want to play hard. And, most importantly, we're going to recruit, talented players just like we did at each stop that I've been at, whether it be in the transfer portal, and something that's very rare right now is being able to coach players for 4 years, but I want to be able to do that. My thought process as an assistant coach was, has always been the same thing that I'm thinking now. Like, I want to come in and I want to kind of have my hand in everything, and I want to recruit, good student athletes that can help us win on the court, and that have that dog mentality.
As a new coach in the American East, how great was it to come to the summer meetings here and kind of just get to connect with some of the coaches off the court who you've done battle with on the court, as an assistant with various teams, but to really meet them and be part of this community now of head coaches? Yeah,
it's a very special moment for me. This is amazing. Like, when I walked in to see my name, I was like, wow. It kind of hit me that I'm a head coach finally. But it's been great to be able to speak with Colleen from Albany and Amy from Maine, and just different people that have been in the league and that have been successful, and just to kind of get their outlook and their take on the league. And also to spend time with my former coworker in Lynn that's at Bryant. It's been awesome to just be around them and really just get all of the facts and the details about the league. And, I kind of was kind of quiet and kind of taking it all in and really learning. And, kind of being a sponge to everything that they were telling us about the knowledge of the league and everything.
You mentioned Lynn. How excited are you now just thinking about that matchup, that first conference game against Lynn, when you've coached in the same staff, you know where her tendencies are, she knows where you are, and you're both going to be barking at each other.
Yeah.
What is that, your thoughts going through your mind?
Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's really exciting to, for us to have been together, for I think it was a year or 2 years. It might have been a year. But, for us to have been together and kind of be under that coaching tree, it's going to be an awesome. It's funny because I was like, we'll be probably calling some of the same sets at the same time. And kind of running some of the same offensive sets and everything, but it's going to be a surreal moment to just look over and be like, hey, we were on the same bench at one time, and now we're going to be coaching against each other. It's going to be an awesome moment. I'm really looking forward to it.